Jai Shri Prabhupada. Okay. So I continue from where I had stopped. Just a moment. So um, the goddess Kamakya, a form of Lord Shiva's wife, Parvati, became pleased with him and out of kindness appeared in a dream. She revealed the Gopala mantra to him and provided instructions to how to chant, it and perform the various details of practice. As Sanatana Goswami explains, this is citation, note number 34. In this commentary to Brihad Bhagavatamrita 1-37. In his commentary to Brihad Bhagavatamrita 2-137. So, as Sanatana Goswami explains, all of this Brahmana was an unfortunate soul. The Gopala mantra made such a vivid impression on him that he completely forgot his other religious activities. Just by chanting this mantra, he gradually gave up his desire for wealth and became interested in spiritual subjects. Indeed, his spiritual search became the most important endeavor in his life. Impelled by the mantra, he gave up his residence and underwent a long pilgrimage, living as a mendicant. On his journey, he visited a number of places and was gradually introduced to the various concepts of Vedic life. He learned to perform fruitive activities which elevate one to the heavenly planets and how to attain liberation by practicing the path of jnana. Out of respect for the goddess Kamakya, however, he never stopped chanting the mantra he had received from her. Then one night, in a dream, he saw the mantra's deity, the most charming Lord Madana Gopala. Through his experience and by the mantra's power, his heart became almost completely purified. In another dream, Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati, whom the Brahmana worshipped as goddess Kamakya, appeared and advised him to go to Vraj, where he would receive further instructions. On his way to Vraja, he passed through Prayaga. On his way to Vraja, he passed through Prayaga, where he proved his ignorance in transcendental matters. When he met devotees of Krishna performing Nama Sankirtana, thinking them ordinary stage performers, disrespectfully interrupted their kirtana. Still, by faithfully chanting his mantra at the proper times, he advanced more and more, up to the stage where he sometimes had the feeling that he was seeing the Lord directly standing in front of him. Finally, he arrived in Vraj, where he met his guru Gopa Kumara, the Lord's personal associate. Appearing before the Brahmana as a young cowherd boy, he was absorbed in chanting the Lord's names pure prema. Considering this young child of the cowherd, the best of wise men and a great saint, the best of wise men and a great saint. The Brahmana submissively inquired from him about the goal he should strive for and the means to reach it. Whatever the goddess ordered me, he said, I regularly do, but I have no idea about the results of those duties or even what kind of act they are. I therefore think my life worthless and simply want to die. Hearing the Brahmana's beautiful words, Gopakumara thought. Now there's a verse. Citation in the notes to chapter 1, note number 35. Brihat Bhagavatamrita 1 to 102 to 103. So 1, 2, verses 102 to 103. The translation of the verses is the following. This person has done everything he needs to do. Indeed, his life is a complete success. All this remains for him to achieve all that remains for him to achieve is to see directly the lotus feet of the Lord. He needs to become attached not so much to the solitary chanting of the Lord's mantra, Taj Jap, but to the Sankirtana of his names, Tannama Kirtane. And I will try to sing this verse. This brings us back to our discussion. Chanting the mantra Pancharatrika Vidhi is not enough, although this process had brought the Brahmana to almost full success. He now needed to learn about the Sankirtana of the holy name, the Bhagavata Marga. His Grace Gopi Patanandana Prabhu. His Grace Gopi Paranandana Prabhu. His Grace Gopi Paranandana Prabhu. His Grace Gopi Paranandana Prabhu paraphrases Sanatana Goswami in his commentary to the above verse. When received by Pancharatrika initiation in Vaishnava Sampradaya, Vishnu mantras deliver the chanter from illusion and provide him liberation and entrance into the divine life of devotional service. But the highest standard of pure love of God is obtainable not by the Pancharatrika Vidhi, but by the Bhagavata Marga of Nama Sankirtana. worship of Krishna's names without material motives. The Prajyotisha Brahmana. The Prajyotisha Brahmana. The Prajyotisha Brahmana had been chanting the 10th syllable Gopala mantra for some time with good effect, but only after he heard the Shuddha Nama, pure name, from Gopakumara, was he able to chant the same names of Lord Gopala in the perfect consciousness of Sankirtana, in the perfect consciousness of Sankirtana. Offenseless Sankirtana, with concentrated attention, naturally develops into spontaneous attraction to Krishna and his loving service. Next part has title The Power of Pancharatra, and I will continue with that next time. Jai the Gayatri book, Jai His Holiness Sachinanda Swami, Jai His Divine Grace by Charan Arvinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Panchaka Putera Pashcha. Kripasnika Prevachar, Kripna Pavanem, Vaishnavi, Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Jai, Vedic Wisdom Tales, Jai, His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Prabhupada, the author, Jai, Shri Prabhupada Prabhu Maharaj, who had translated this book for the first time in English with explanations, Jai Shri Narayana Maharaj, Jai Shri Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Jai Jai Bhagavat Maharaj, Jai Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, Jai Kadambakanda Swami, Jai Arunisuta Prabhu Maharaj, Jai all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Panchakapaturpicha, Kripastkupevicha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. So last time I had reached the part so how the air is a guru. This is from the story about Avaduta and the 24 gurus in chapter 28. The last time was explained why the air is a guru, and now comes point 3, why the sky, Akasha, is a guru. Fire ignites, water pours, and transformations of earth such as food grains are created and destroyed. Impelled by the wind, clouds come and go, yet the sky remains untouched. From the perspective of the sky, all these occurrences are nothing. Similarly, I have learned from the sky not to be confused by the cycle of past, present, and future. The continuous cycle of creation and destruction is just like the uncoiling and coiling of a snake. However, all these things do not in any way touch the soul. Point 4. The water. How the water is a guru. Water inherently possesses the qualities of transparency, liquidity, sweetness, and purity. By merely seeing, touching, or even uttering the names of the holy rivers like the Ganges, people become purified. Similarly, a spiritual seeker should naturally be pure and gentle. He should speak sweetly and purify the world. One who imbibes these teachings from the water sanctifies others by his sight, by touch, and by the utterance of his name. The fire. Why the fire is a guru. From fire I learned that just as fire purifies all things without accepting their faults, similarly a sadhu purifies the fallen souls without even becoming contaminated. Just as fire can consume all sorts of substances, similarly, although it may be seen that a saint sadhu may eat some forbidden food, he is not affected by the faults of that food. Rather, burning even brightly, he purifies everything. Just like a fire concealed by ashes, saints never preach their own glories. However, sometimes they expand their glories like a blazing fire for the sake of instructing the general population. They administer to the well-being of everyone by becoming the gurus. The fire exists within wood, but ordinary people fail to comprehend it. Similarly, souls bound by illusory material energy also cannot always perceive a saint. Next time I will continue with the explanation how the moon is guru. Now I will stop at that moment to try to read the book. Jai, the book Vedic Wisdom tells. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prem Prabhu Maharaj. Jai Шила Гор Говинда Махараджа, Шила Нарайана Махарадж, Джай Бхагават Махараджа, Бхактивиданта Ней Махарадж, Джай Kadambakam Swami, Джай Шри Рухин Сута Прабhu Махарадж, Джай. All the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vanchaka Paturpuscha, Kripasant Pevcha, Patitnam Pavanebu Vaishnavepu, Namo Namaha. Jai Bhagavad Gita, as it is Jai His Divine Grace, Abhai Ravindra Shila Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada, Jai all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Vanchakapatarupcha, Kripastkupevcha, Patit Nampavanevu, Vaishnavevu, Namo Namaha. Let us see where Bhagavad Gita will bring us today. Verse 57, chapter 18. So 1857. Translation. In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me, says Krishna to Arjuna. Chitta sarva karma, mai sanyasya matpara. Buddhi Yugam Upashit. Chitta Sat Tambhava. Chitta Sarva Karmani Mamaya. So in all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection in such devotional service. Be fully conscious of me, says Krishna to Arjuna. Purport. When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word matparaha is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has to no goal in life save and accept acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. It indicates that one has no goal in life. It indicates that one has this sentence, there is something wrong with the sentence in English, but the meaning must be something like it indicates that one has no other goal in life but acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. Yes. Okay. And while the sentence, there's some there is some the sentence is not written the right way in English. There is some mistake there. Yes, but the meaning must be something like this. It indicates that one has no other goal in life. But only acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. One should think of Krishna in this way. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection in life, one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. Jai Bhagavad Gita as it is, Jai Stevan Grace, by Charanavida Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai all the Vaishnavis, Vanchakapaturupcha, Kripasnapavcha, Patitna Pavanebu, Vaishnavebu, Namo Namaha. So I don't have the I don't have some kind of desire to. I don't have some desire to say anything. No, but just I was thinking. Just I would like to say what some idea came in my head. Yes. So we just heard one have to have a bona fide spiritual master. So qualified spiritual master, and then accept the orders of the spiritual master and fulfill them. And what to say about the guru, which is because in the other book there was explained about the guru. The air is a guru, the water is a guru, and so on. So how to then how to understand this? Well, of course, both things are right, but just for us as human beings, it's very important to have a spiritual master which is living on the earth now, and from time to time we meet him or her and discuss, not discuss, but just have some questions, some service, and so on. But of course, at the same time, everybody else is also our guru. Even the elements, as we heard, air, water, fire, and so on, they are also our gurus. What about the other human beings? They are also our gurus. Actually, everybody is our guru. We should see everybody as our guru, yes, and have respect to everyone and everything. Even to the nature and the elements like air, fire, and so on, earth. Yes, but still, as human beings, we need a spiritual mind, the guidance of a spiritual master, which is also a human being, and lives now on the earth. And this is just important to have to meet with this person. Nowadays, there are even the opportunities to meet the guru online, for example. And if there is no so good opportunity to travel to the guru and to see the guru physically, one can also talk with him online nowadays. But even with the thoughts, one can have contact with the guru, and telepathically have some connection with the guru and receive some lessons or answers of questions. So online can be also telepathical online. Telepathically online connection with the guru. This is actually part of the connection between guru and disciple, and actually this is normal thing. Yes. So everything and everyone is our guru, but we need as human beings, human being as a guru. This is just very important for us actually. Yes. So I'm far away to have the idea that this is some kind of lecture. No, no, no. Just have the desire to share these thoughts. Вам така потребича, крепасно бе вча една по небо вишневе бил на мон. Namaste Narsimhaya. Namaste Narsimhaya. Rela de la de da. Rela de la de da. Hiranyakashi Puraksha. Hiranyakashi Puraksha. Пан чекав, Петро почав. Той пес тупе почав, ти напевно не будеш не видів. Джайшла пропала.